Happy Halloween, subscribers! Today, we will be looking at the PNSO prehistoric animal models Requena the Livyatan, or Livyatan? There's multiple ways to pronounce this name, so I'm probably going to pronounce it Livyatan or Livyatan. I was not expecting PNSO to make a figure of this prehistoric whale, since they mainly focus on reptiles like dinosaurs. It's awesome that we finally have a proper Livyatan figure. It's one of those well-known extinct animals that gets overlooked by companies. The packaging is pretty much the same as the other prehistoric animal models. The only difference is that everything is in English rather than one side being in Chinese. Inside, you also get this amazing artwork of Requena, and to be honest, this is one of the most frightening depictions of Livyatan I've ever seen. Just like with Evan the Tylosaurus, you get this booklet which features renders of the figure, artworks, and information. Right here, it mentions that Livyatan was 17.5 meters long and weighed up to 57 tons, so it was definitely one of the largest predators in Earth's history. I also like how they bring up the fierce competition with Megalodon and Livyatan. So, the next few pages is just more renders of the model. And here's a skeletal reconstruction of the cetacean. Some people aren't that familiar with marine mammal skeletons, so that's why when a heavily decomposed one washes up on shore, it gets mistaken for an extinct reptile. Then there's another artwork of Livyatan. And that's about it for the booklet. The rest is just some more information in paragraphs. And here is Requena the Livyatan, and I have to say, I was not prepared for the size at all. She is an absolute behemoth. I was expecting her to be around the same size as the Collecte Megalodon, but no, she is way bulkier, one of the largest models in my collection. Let's take a look at the detailing. Whales have thick layers of blubber, which makes their skin look very smooth, and it's replicated well on this model. You can still see the musculature across the body to show that this was a physically strong animal. You can see the small dorsal fin on the top, as well as the horizontal tail fluke. On the bottom, there are skin folds on the chest, the cloaca, and the jawline. The most detailing is of course going to be on the head. You can definitely tell PNSO did their research. Unlike modern sperm whales, which only have teeth on their lower jaw, Livyatan has teeth on its lower and upper jaw, and these teeth were huge, which indicates that this was an apex predator that hunted other whales and the occasional megalodon. Of course, the worst part is the seam lines. Due to this model having smooth skin, the seam lines are going to be very apparent. But like I said in my Tylosaurus review, the seam lines aren't a huge issue to me. It really doesn't distract me from this stellar sculpt. As you can see, the main color is a very dark blue with some dark gray mixed in. Then there's the faded black line, and the white underbelly, the cloaca, the interior of the mouth, and the eye are pink. So this coloration is simple, but it's still appealing and accurate. Requena's pose is also quite simple. You can see that her tail is pointing downwards, so she's either cruising through the Miocene oceans or stalking her unfortunate prey. Here is a quick measurement with the flexible ruler, and you can see that Requena is over 12 inches long. According to Everything Dinosaurs blog, the model is 36.5 centimeters or 14.4 inches along the curve. So if we're using the 17.5 meter Livyatan, then this would fit in the 145 scale. But if we're using the 13.5 meter Livyatan, then it would fit in the 135 scale. Starting off with our comparisons, here are the other giant sea monsters from PNSO. And I just noticed that Jeff and Requena has similar color schemes. And PNSO, please do a big lead sick these. Next, here are the smaller sea monsters from PNSO, and I still need to get the Himalayasaurus and Cretoxyrhina. Here is the Safari Ltd sperm whale, the old one, and you can see plenty of differences between the two animals, especially when it comes to the head. You can see how powerfully built the head of the Livyatan is compared to the sperm whales. Let's bring in another ocean apex predator, the recent orca from Safari Ltd, which is a fantastic model. Of course, we gotta do a Megalodon comparison since they did coexist. Here is the Collecte Deluxe Megalodon, and the mammal is quite larger, especially when it comes to bulk. You can see that is just no comparison. Here is the cheap looking one from Safari Ltd. And we can't forget about the Megalodon that Papo recently released, and I think that would make a great snack for Requena. Next, let's bring in the Schleich Mosasaurus and the Collecte Elasmosaurus. The final comparison is going to be with the Collecte Xiphactinus and the Collecte Mini Xiphactinus. Well, there you have it, guys. This was my review on the PNSO Prehistoric Animal Models Requena the Livyatan. If you don't have this in your collection, get it as soon as you can. It's our first proper replica of this underrepresented marine mammal. It's enormous and lifelike, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Easily one of my new favorite figures from PNSO. So if you guys enjoyed this review, hit that like and subscribe button, let me know in the comments section of what you think of it, and I hope you enjoy your 2021 Halloween.